doing things, you question.
Yeah.
There are easier ways to do things, let's put it that way. Yeah, there's also a saying that says it's about the journey and not the destination necessarily. And life is, what is your destination? You're constantly on a constant journey through life anyway. But sometimes, from the outside looking in, people just see some of the successes that you've enjoyed, but they possibly don't appreciate the journey that you've had and all the failures that you've had along the way. And my journey has definitely not been an easy one. My life has been full of, I'd say, cycles of failures, lessons learned, fresh strategizing, and you take up the baton, and you're on the journey again to try and reach that point of success. And it's been a constant cycle for me of just creating something out of nothing. And I'll explain what I mean by that. It's one thing to come from money, to have a lot of money backing, and you decide you're launching a business and you're going to do this thing. It's a little bit easier.
Yes.
But when you come from absolutely nothing and you don't have a cent to your name, and you're trying to build a business, and you're trying to invent and patent and do all these fancy things that require money.
Wow.
And sometimes all you have is your passion, your determination, your grit, and a lot of the times you can close a deal just with sheer charisma, because you don't have anything else to offer in that moment. But miraculously, as God intends it, it works out, and you get somewhere with it. But in my life hasn't always been with the company. I did work for corporate. I did work for smaller companies, entrepreneurial companies, and I think that's where I did a lot of my falling down. Because there were at least 3 companies that are built up from nothing. Basically, I started them off in my garage, but with big investors and that, so they weren't my companies. But as soon as those companies start to make money and they became successful, I was shown the door. And I remember thinking to myself, how can I achieve so much success for other people and yet reap zero reward for myself?
Wow.
And then part of the lessons learned, that it was an important lesson right there. And one day I just realized you're never really going to succeed if all you're doing is being a pawn in somebody else's story.
Sure.
You're almost like a backup act to somebody else's thing.
Yes.
If you want to succeed, you need to have your own story, and you need to be the main character in your own story. That way you can achieve success. Then it's yours. It's yours to keep. It's yours forever. And that is just it. It's been an extremely rewarding journey, starting a company, running a company. It definitely hasn't been easy. And with all the falling down, there are times when you question your way of doing things. You question. There are easier ways to do things. Let's put it that way.
Sure.
But you've got to be very, very careful that you don't end up selling your soul to the devil in the process.
Sure.
Because success is great. We all want success, but not at any cost. You still got to keep your sort of your moral fiber intact in the process.
Sure.
Then it's worthwhile. Then you sleep well at night, etc., etc. But so with falling down, you shouldn't lose heart and start to look for the easy ways out.
Yes.
Just change direction, re-strategize, regroup, and forge ahead. It's important in this journey of falling down and getting up to keep your moral compass intact, because long after you've achieved success, because you surely will achieve success sooner or later, but long after you've achieved it and it's maybe not the be all and the end all for you anymore, when you finally meet your maker one day, your moral fiber is about all you're going to have left.
Yes.